Okay, guys, we are back at it with the most active stocks on the market. These stocks are high volume. These stocks are highly volatile. Some of them are looking better than others. And if you are new here, I'm Billy Banks. What we do is we cover the markets every day, not only just these quick stocks you see here, like we're trying to pump these up or something. We actually cover the entire markets every single day. I am updating the 52-week lows. I'm updating what the top trending things are. I'm updating the cryptocurrencies. I am updating the most active stocks. I am updating what the top gainers for the markets are. I am keeping us in a full cycle of updating everything as we are diving deeper into our studies day by day. Again, we are not here just to pump up a stock. We are here mastering consistent trading strategies using proper market mannerisms. Okay, let's get right into it now. If you still here, get subscribed and let's go with GWAV coming in for a hot bull run today. In fact, GWAV was gearing up just a few days ago from the lows of 27 cents last week all the way to the highs of what is now 87 cents, almost close to that dollar. You know, they want to get over that dollar, and no matter what, GWAV has to get over that dollar or they get kicked off the markets if they are out of compliance. We'll talk more about the stock getting up into a dollar here in a second. And welcome anybody joining in on the Banking with Billy classroom. Currently talking about the most active stocks on the market. Anybody can join in on the Banking with Billy classroom and meet me at the Banking with Billy Discord to catch all of our live day trades, our 24/7 live trading sessions. I'm in here all day, every day, waiting to answer any questions, and you can join us and meet us along in our main chat rooms where everybody in here doing all their main chats and catching these easy plays all day, every day. Let's get right back into it though. So we got GWAV sitting here right now at 58 cents. That's still up about 59% with an average volume of 1.67 million. They have a current volume of 335 million coming in and a free float of 20 million, overfilling that float, which is why this thing is exploding like this, which is very impressive for GWAV to be coming in for even such an uptrend all throughout the pre-market while the entire markets have been selling off all throughout the day so far. Now we have the markets coming in for another round of bullishness. This quick round right here might not hold as people are very bearish on the markets right now, with a lot of industries starting to. Let me see. You could go look at your heat maps. Many things are starting to get ready to go into the red, especially if tomorrow continues to push up more bearish. They are saying that the markets are primed to push up to new heights. They are saying that the markets are gonna be going up towards that 7,000 this year. The S&P 500s going to 7,000 this year. And if you are newer to trading, you don't know what an extreme height this would be for the markets to get up towards 7,000 or S&P 500s to get up towards 7,000. If you wonder what that is right now, we got the S&P 500s only at 6,000 right now. 6,043, 6,043.25 to be exact. If any of you want to be getting exact in the comments and stuff like that. But nonetheless, more bullishness is primed to come into the markets. And since it's so extremely bullish and overbought right now, you're going to get a lot of rounds of bearish that come in. And let me remind you that these things come in for the rounds of bullishness and a rounds of bearish. Not only do these stocks come in and these penny stocks and those cryptos and whatnot come in for a rounds of bullishness and a rounds of bearishness. They come in for another round of bullishness. They come back for another round of bearishness, where traders are active in those rounds of bullishness and or rounds of bearishness. You also have the markets that do that as well, which is why some days we be red and some days we be green, so on and so forth. There's things that do come in between: news, fundamentals, upcoming policies, all that wars outbreaking, what the presidents be doing. All those things do come in between, shake things up, and determine the next direction that's about to happen. It's about keeping up to date with whatever your style of alerts and the style of trading and all that stuff like this off of your basic of your specific and personal chart trading time frames. For example, some people using monthlies, some people are using weeklies, some people are using dailies, and some people right now are like, oh, this guy's just rambling on. I'm telling you real, actual information that you need to know, the information that has been the missing piece of your puzzle to actually succeed and become a full-time trader, to be able to have the time to sit down in a 24/7 live classroom every single day while you're just doing this actively. Again, what you do is you get these things at the bottom while we are letting you know in the Discord these things are getting ready to get active. That it's time to see a stock at the bottom. Check out recent videos. I don't say this stuff for nothing. I've made lessons. I made video lessons showing you the difference between a danger zone on the stock when it's selling be going short, or a buy zone and when it be going long. It's a big difference between overbought and oversold on your specific chart trading time frame. But we'll dive deeper into that later on in the next lesson. Here with infrared with news coming out on GWAV about how GreenWave Technology Solutions acquire the real estate for 7 of its core facilities. Okay, this is very good news. Hot news coming out. Annual rent expenses by approximately 1.7 million. This is gonna help GWAV get to $1, but still, like the last time GWAV was even over $1, let's see. Because a stock only has so long before they have to get up to that dollar. They look like they got decent time too, and they almost there. If the markets weren't turning bearish, they probably actually would have got over there today. So keep an eye on your analysis order flow, and you'll be able to see if you got the largest coming in or if you got the largest going out on GWAV. And here you'll be able to see on GWAV, you got the extra larges going out. The larges coming in, the mediums coming in, and the smalls coming into GWAV right now. GWAV does have a bullish wave of the cost distribution with resistance at 74 cents right now. GWAV is still in a prime position to come in for another leg up at the bottom, especially once all the long-term investors decide they want to rally. And you can see that the bullish divergence is starting to be made down there on your long-term investment time frames. Those weekly charts give it about another week or so. And if the markets stay bullish, then we'll see GWAV getting bullish too. We can go see the early alerts for GWAV along in the Banking with Billy Discord. As members were already all over GWAV, not even just earlier on, when I was just scrolling down and seeing even some early alerts that were going out for GWAV. For again, the safe, easy early see, because you want to be in there at the bottom. But if you see those things like you're a trader, day trader, and you just see it for the quick day trade breakout, that's all fine too. It depends on how you like to trade. And just make sure that you are on time for those things. And if you are not on time, the best thing that you can possibly do is like wait till it goes back to a sell-off and wait till it gets back oversold. For example, how it went back to 51 cents. You can buy that down there and you get another quick day trade reversal. That's if you like to move like that. Next, you got SAOR that comes in for another uptrend as well. These stocks are very bullish today, going from the stock up 64% at 36 cents. It started to get bullish into the pre-markets here, but still gonna coming in for more bearishness right now on SOAR. For those of you who don't know what this one is, this is a private aviation company. This company specializes in luxury private jet, fractional ownership, aircraft management, and jet card deposit and charter programs. Coming in for this bearishness now on SAR today, we're going to be looking towards the after hour to see if this thing is going to hold up. And once again, let me tell you, before you get in there and get, he made it in the video, so it must be the best thing. We update what the 52-week low list is. We update what the most active stocks are. And we update what the top gainers are. We do this every day. So it's not, okay, I'm making a video on these right now, and these are just the best things to be going to, because all of these will be looking different tomorrow. What we're doing is updating these for our personal studies. This is how I study. If you want to study, you can come along with us and make sure that you do see these alerts in time, where we are putting out alerts for things like SAOR, SOAR, in hot videos, and in recent alerts. Letting you know SOAR is finna be the one to get ready to make the move. Don't miss out on SOAR down at those discounts. Make sure that you're seeing when I'm telling you that these things are getting ready to come in for those short squeezes. You catch them in a safe, easy, early seat and keep your 7 to 15% stop loss. If you up 100%, you ain't gotta have a 7 to 15. Use a 30 or 20%, 30%. Stretch it. The more that thing goes up, the further you can stretch it. But if you just getting into a thing and you down at the very bottom, you got to have a 7 to 15% stop loss. If you just get into the markets and you still just now trying to learn, you need to have a 7 to 15% stop loss and a 7 to 15% target. You can't go as risky as many of us others, because we've been doing this for a little bit longer to feel comfortable with what we got going on. You newer to trading and you're not comfortable with what you got going on, so everything seems a little bit more risky to you. You don't know how much money you feel comfortable using. You don't know how many percent you're trying to go for. You don't know what that news is like and how it affects things and whatnot. You didn't even know that you got to look at somehow you didn't even know that whenever you look at your stocks, you got to go back and look at the overall markets to see if they getting bullish or bearish at said time. You didn't even know these things. You need to be having a 7 to 15% stop loss until you start to recognize, digest, understand, remember, and start to create your overall natural consistency. And then you be catching those things at the bottom, you know? And you're not going to be able to catch everything. And no matter what you're seeing, I'll tell you now, no matter what you're seeing, make sure that you are going to your chart still and going to match up those alerts along with those time frames and those dates and whatnot, to make sure whatever coach and whatnot you follow along with, are the right dates and times. That way you could challenge that coach and say, hey, those aren't the right dates. Those might not be the right times. What's going on here? Make sure that you match. That's how you do your studies. You go back there and you match up dates and times. You go and see those alerts. Did that come out at this time? Did that come out at that time? And if you're seeing something too late, then you just don't go for it. It's a risky position to get into something overbought. So, for example, if you're buying in here right now, SOAR, and you're talking about you're the swing trader, well, we're looking at a swing trade time from our 4-hour chart. That's a risky position. You talking about doing a quick, maybe a 15-minute chart day trade. Well, there's still some room to possibly grow. So, that's a safer position. If you're doing it on a 1-minute chart, you don't care about anything. You're just getting quick bounces and whatnot. Next, you got SMCI. Okay, they're going to like to rally on SMCI as they already pretty much have been rallying on SMCI, going from $17 up to the highs of about $40. And I'll show you more about the SMCI along in the Banking with Billy Discord with hot alerts going out, and not even just most recently, for old alerts. In fact, let's go match up dates. Watch this. What date was this? This was back on 11/13, 11/15. Let's go match up dates for all of this. Like I said, I do not say this stuff for nothing. It's a 1,000 times easier if you are actually in the Discord, actually seeing we are telling you that it's time to be buying those things at those exact dates and times, rather than being out there wondering what's going on next. Oh man, why did I miss this? I'm the last one to be getting in on this. Well, you weren't in there seeing the alerts, and we were telling you to be going along on those SMCIs and whatnot for $30 calls and whatnot from the very beginning. That's on 1031. You get these things on time. We can go look even closer in on 11/15. So anybody who in the comments want to say, well, that date right there, we can go look even closer in on 11/15 for the next round of alerts that came out right after that round for 11/15. Just follow along with the trend. See the alerts, SMCIs. SMCI going for these calls on SMCI. You get those on time. And then you just ride the wave, maybe because you probably didn't feel comfortable holding this all the way from the 15 from $17 all the way up to what's the new month to $40. Maybe you liked in gains off of that first round. You can see a lot of people did. A lot of people did at $30 right there. Exactly where the calls that we're putting out are telling you what's going to. But you follow on with the trend. That's all. And make sure you ride it like a wave. Because if I go down to a 15-minute chart, you be able to see more deeper waves going in. It's all about getting it oversold. If it's getting oversold, it's going to make bullish divergence. It's getting ready to come in for another uptrend off of that next round of bullish divergence. Next, you got CTNT. Many people jumped into the CTNT, going from about $1 all the way to the highs of $9.30. They come in for a quick pullback here. CTNT was a very hot one. I tell you, CTNT was a very easy one to be catching along in the Discord when you got all the coaches and all that stuff like that talking about these things. When you see all the videos going out talking about these things, and then you find yourself up in the morning, you be up 200% off a hot pre-market day trades and stuff like that. And then, you're going to lock in gains, okay? Again, remember, you up 200% already, and notice how you got all these red bars coming in here? Well, those are people locking in gains because they find themselves already up on so many percents and stuff like that. And I say 200% because of right there, and you can tell exactly here on 200% is, that's where 200% went from when it exploded in the day trade morning when Coach Mance was in there talking about some day trades in the morning. You see the alerts on time. And this is a risky one right here because it's overbought. And you can see bearish divergence coming in. Like you can literally just hone in on that. You can just clearly see bearish divergence getting ready to be made. They trying to build support down here. So looking to come in for another bounce. So watch out for that. Keep an eye on your balance sheets. Okay. You'll be able to see if they're coming in for total assets or total liabilities. If they got total assets, outdoing total liabilities is probably a better company at that time, and they got more money to help you get along because you don't want to be investing in something or someone that doesn't have the money or the liabilities and so on and so forth, of course. And that's information there for you long-term investors. Because I know a lot of you people right now are like, oh man, he's talking about trades. Oh man, these small retailers always talking about some trades. Well, everybody has their own different trading strategies and or investing strategies to help them reach their own personal goals. And that's why people have their own personal roles within the market. For example, those of you who think like that are the long-term investors, of course. For those of you who are a little more like me, maybe you prefer a swing trade, a short swing trade on a shorter time frame. So you don't got to be holding in there forever. A lot of you people be thirsty, so y'all trying to get a 15-minute chart trade, and most of y'all just can't help yourselves. Y'all getting a risky bounce off the 1-minute chart, and y'all don't know what y'all doing, and y'all just blaming on somebody else. Let's go into CHAR. going from 66 cents up to $2.43. We see this thing exploding, and they come in for a quick pullback here, all the way back down to the lows of what is $2, being still up about 45% right now on CHRS. Another one that I can go ahead and show you along in the Bank of Waverly Discord, where you could have been able to catch this thing for the safe, easy, early seat, as you've been getting early alerts, letting you know the news. CHRS, they coming out with announcements doing these. They coming in for market caps doing those. You see that thing coming out at 6 a.m. early on in the mornings, and again, you see those things early getting spammed out by alerts. These stocks watching for recovery from recent lows. What a better thing to see than a stock recovering from the recent lows, followed up by coaches that are starting to alert out those things, giving you personal price targets and stop losses from those recent lows, all the way to the point where they're looking for new highs. Once again, these are the most active stocks on the market. Once again, I've shown you how you could have caught every single one of these if you were seeing these things on time. And yes, it does take a little bit of studying. Yes, you got to learn how to read. Yeah, you got to be able to, understand your goal, your role. Yeah, you got to just sit back a while. You know what? Just sit back and watch me work. Eventually, it's all just gonna start coming along. You know, and if you ever got any questions, concerns, let me know in the comments below. Whatever ticker symbol you need, I'll update that in the next video. I'll see y'all in there. Happy trading.